Shalom and welcome to our 21st annual Feast of Tabernacles. This is part 28 of Preparing for Rulership.
Welcome to international headquarters for the nation of Yahweh, the nation of Israel, Hebrew Israelites, followers of Yahweh, the children of Jacob, tribe of Judah. Welcome, where you will learn our true history, the world's best kept secret. Here you learn the knowledge of Yahweh. We learn our relationship to Yahweh and Yahweh's relationship to us. We learn what it means and the value of following Yahweh and keeping His law. And we learn what it means to disobey Yahweh's laws and not keep them. We learn our place among the nations of the earth, who we are, our very purpose for living. Many people are searching for their purpose in life and reason for living on earth. Here those questions are answered. Why was I born? Is answered. Who is God? What is His power? What are His limits? What does He look like? How old is He? How long has He lived? How long will God, Yahweh, live? Where does life come from? What happens to us at death? Why were we chosen? Who are the chosen? When was the earth created? Why was it created? What was life before the creation of the earth? Who knows the answer? You find out who here. What's the source of peace? How can I have peace of mind? What's the formula? How can I be successful? Live the life of the rich and the famous. How can I be prosperous? What are the blessings of Yahweh? What goes with it? How can I live a life that guarantees me eternity? Can I live forever? Can anyone prevent me from living forever? Where is heaven? What is heaven like? Can I go there? Can I be there? Who will be there with me? Who will I be with? Every question that you have ever had in life is answered here. It means that you have spent your entire life with questions that have never been answered. What's wrong with Negroes and colored folks? What's wrong with Afro-Americans and blacks? Why are black people in America on the bottom of everybody? Why can't they get together and be in unity like other nations? Why can't black folk love each other? Why do they hate each other? What is the answer to black folks' problem? Do we suffer because we're black? Is that why we suffer? Are we persecuted because we are black? Our skin is dark. Is that why we suffer? What is the reason? Is anybody coming back for us? Is that true? Is there a Messiah? Is there a Redeemer? A Reformer? Is there a Son of God? Yes. If so, what is his name? What will he look like? Will we know what he will be like? I wonder, is that him? Is this white picture him? If not, who? Is he coming from outer space or inner space? Is he coming back or coming out? Is he coming down or coming up? How can we know the real one? Have we ever been taught how to recognize the true Son of God? Which God? Since there are gods many, which God? Which Lord? Since there be lords many, which Lord? Does he really love everybody? Or does he really have a chosen people? What does the Bible have to say about these questions? All of these questions are answered. Everything in creation seems to have an instinct, knows what to do from birth. Everything in creation seems to be successful at what Yahweh created it to do. What happened to us? What happened to us? Why don't we know what to do? Where is what to do hidden? How can we learn what to do? Do we want to do what we learn to do? Do we want to do what we learn we're supposed to do? If not, why? Do we admit that God created us and that he knows the pattern for how he wants us to live? Why don't we know that pattern? And when we find out that pattern, will we love it or will we hate it? When set before us this day, will we choose to serve as our Creator wants us to? Or will we choose to have a different kind of mind from that which the Creator intends? If we had a chance to live with God, would we? Would we? Would we? Would we? Or would we choose to live with others that hate God, who created us? Interesting question. Interesting answers. Interesting action. Is our Creator a novelty to us? Is our Creator merely a curiosity to us? Or is the knowledge of Him serious to us? Interesting question. Would we like to be in the presence of the Creator of the sun, the moon, and the very stars? How long would we like to live with such one? Just a little while? Or do we choose to live in opposition to the one that made the sun, moon, and stars? Can you imagine the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that one could gain from the Creator of the sun, moon, and stars? But then, is wisdom important to you? Is the knowledge of Yahweh really important to you? Is the understanding of Yahweh really important to you? Does it really matter? The man that created the food we eat and our body and the system that takes care of it and extracts life from that food. And when we think of the sensation of joy we receive from the smell and the taste of the food, how long would we like to sit at the feet of such a man? Would we soon tire? Very interesting. The man that made the air we breathe, without whom there would be no air. How do we feel about this man? After all, he is a man. Everything written about the Creator indicates he's a man. He is a man. He created. He, a man. He, man. He, God. He, Yahweh. He is a man. What do you think about being in this man's company? Would you treasure it? How long? Would you take him for granted? The man that made birds to fly, mosquitoes to fly and zoom in on you and bite you. What a man. Extract blood from you without a needle. What a man. Then fly off into the sunset, fat and heavy laden from your blood. What a man. What a flying machine. Flies around and sucking up your blood. What a man. How did he do these things? He creates things to fly in the air, walk on the ground, dive beneath the ocean, come up out the ocean and fly off. What a creator. He created animals to live on the North Pole, 100 degrees below zero. Then he created animals to live at the equator, 100 degrees above zero. What a creator. What a man. Is that man important to you? Do you value this man? Do you treasure this man? How long do you want to be with this man? It costs you something. It costs something to be with this man. You have to qualify. Yeah. You see, you don't just tell this man, You can't just walk up to this man and say, I want to be with you forever. It won't work like that. It costs you something. You have to pay a price. To be around this man forever costs you a price, costs you something. Are you willing to pay the price? See, are you willing? You want to know how much does it cost? You don't have any money. See, it costs you something that money can't buy. And you all have it. Everybody has what it takes to pay the price. To be with this man forever and learn from him.
Please turn to side.
How he did all these wonderful, marvelous things. Even though it's past finding out, you can be around him while he sprinkles tidbits here and there. Forever. You can be around him while he teases you. Forever. And remain God. He knows how to remain God over you. Forever. Do you want to be with such a man? You can't rule God. You can think you have God all figured out. It's always a mistake. Well, let's take a peek at what it takes to be approved by God. 2 Timothy 2:15. Yeah. It does take something. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 is a price you must pay. Read.
Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Look at the elements in that scripture. Do you see all those elements? There's a lot of elements there. Study. Study. First requirement. Big word. Show is important. Yourself. Yourself. You have a self that you've got to show to Yahweh. What kind of self do you have? What is the nature of yourself? What kind of self are you going to show to Yahweh? Question. You can learn of myself and then decide whether you want to be of myself or not. You have to decide. And when you make your decision, then you got to show Yahweh. You can't talk, no cheap talk. Talk is cheap. See, these are questions. You got to learn how to ask questions. Think. Study. Then show something. Then you have to look for approval. This proves that you can't simply say, I want to be with you forever, Yahweh. You have to seek Yahweh's approval according to his standards. You're asking for something big. Life eternal. Big. That's really big. And notice who you got to show it to. God, Yahweh. Can't play games with Yahweh. You can try to play games, but the game is always on you. You try to joke with Yahweh, the joke is on you. Try to dig a ditch for Yahweh, it's your grave. You try to get over on Yahweh, it costs you. Yahweh requires you to be honest, and when you're dishonest, it comes back on you. So it doesn't come on Yahweh, it comes back on you. In here you see Yahweh, but see there's another fella you'll have to be concerned with too, called his son. See, you'll learn that his son has to be dealt with. Some folk want to deal with God, but they don't want to deal with his son. So I can deal with God. But see, I have trouble with this son thing. Well, the book takes care of all of those questions too. Oh yes. Then you're going to have to be a workman. You got to go to work. Have to make some money. If you're not a workman, see, you're in trouble with God. You have to show God that you love to work. You cannot jive about work. You got to work. You got to be a man of work. If you don't work, you're not a man. See, only a child looks to someone to take care of. See, when you're a man, you can take care of all your responsibilities, or you'll make a way to take care of all your responsibilities. House note, food, clothing, and all the necessaries. If you have children, cheering, or children, whichever one of those you have. Children, cheering, or children. I'm sure you have one of those. Children, cheering, or children. You must take care of them. What a responsibility. All of a sudden, for God's approval, you got to study, you got to show your true self, seek approval, and you got to work. And you have to be in a position where you need not. You never thought about looking at it like that. Well, you don't need anything. You got plenty. After all, you should be rich. Because, what? Yeah, there's no excuse for you not being rich. So you should need not. If you need, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because there's no need for you to be ashamed. You need not be ashamed. If you need not, you won't be ashamed. If you need, you should be ashamed. Because you should be rich. See, that goes with Yahweh. Being rich just automatically goes with Yahweh. That's automatic. Being rich, with Yahweh, you're automatically rich. That goes with being with Yahweh. That's his blessing. Yeah, you didn't know that? See, the blessings of Yahweh makes you rich. And you need not be sorry. You need no sorrow. Sorrows are not needed to be rich. Huh? And if you need, you should be ashamed. Now, if you have a mentality to seek approval outside of Yahweh, you will sometimes become a materialist. Your mind will drift from Yahweh to watches and clocks. Who got a watch? I want a watch because so-and-so got a watch. I want to be a materialist too. I want a pocketbook because I saw somebody else with a pocketbook. I don't want to wait for Yahweh to bless me with everything that I need. I'm going to seek materialism for a while, right? I heard that scripture about seek ye first the king and his dome, and the king will add everything. But see, I want some stuff, some materialism now, because I see some parents who are taking advantage of Yahweh ben Yahweh, and I've seen a mother too that's stealing from, holding back from Yahweh, and buy some extra shoes other than what Yahweh wants them to have. I see that. So, Ema, can I have some extra shoes too? Well, before you ask for that, you better watch and see what I'm going to do with those parents who are doing that. When you see me cast them into hell, then you ask, do you want to go with them? Because I am truly going to do just that. And I'm not going to be long doing it. Praise Yahweh. Especially when they say they are disciples. That won't happen to you that are supporters, and believers, and followers. This is only going to happen to disciples. Because a disciple is one who said they want to be like me and live like me. And a disciple just is not going to lie. Because see, Yahweh say, all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire. Praise Yahweh. When you study, you know that. Because you'll be into the word, dividing the word rightly. You won't be making mistakes about the word. Because you know the word of Yahweh is the truth. Some of us know we took vows and made vows, and we know when you don't keep your vow, creates problems for yourself. Let's go to Revelation 21:8 for a minute. Talk about liars.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
All right, so now you see the truth. And I thought that I would bring this to your attention before you burn.
This concludes part 28 of Preparing